Hey guys, this is Pooka and welcome to another game I played on the Pokemon Trading Card Game Online. And in this video we're going to be using the Flareon Cofagrigus deck that I highlighted a few days ago, probably about a week ago. It was in the Building on a Budget section, and I just wanted to show this deck off once again because I do feel like it's a very cool deck and it's also a very fun one as well. But I just wanted to show that it actually can be kind of competitive. It's kind of weird, but let's see it in action. Alright, so starting off with a Ditto and an Eevee on the bench, going first. And I have a level ball. Going to search for a Yamask, get that into play. Of course, the strategy for the deck is to get Cofagrigus in play as quickly as possible. Use its ability 6 feet under to kind of knock itself out, put damage counters on your opponent's field, but more importantly, gets Pokemon in the discard pile for Flareon's Vengeance. Now I have a strange opening hand here with a couple Team Plasma Balls, a Sycamore, and a double colorless, and I really didn't want to play any of that stuff. I noticed my opponent played Enhanced Hammer, so I don't want to play that DC down until I'm going to attack. I don't really want to discard this hand, because I don't want to discard a Flareon. I have some Team Plasma Balls for next turn. We can get a Cofagrigus going, and so we'll see what happens. It looks like we're going up against some kind of an Yveltal deck, as we see the Absol with the Muscle Band on it right now. And we do see a Juniper to start off with. And there we see an Ultra Ball as well. You can see, my opponent has discarded 3 Darkness Energy already. And goes straight for an Yveltal EX. We see a Dark Patch, so it's a pretty good start for my opponent. And what? A second Dark Patch? Are you kidding me? That's a turn 1 Evil Ball for 60 damage, and that'll be a knockout on my Ditto. So, wow, we are under extreme pressure right now. And that's not cool. Alright, now I don't really think there's a way for me to knock out an Yveltal EX on this second turn. I can try for it, but I don't think it's going to happen. We'll go ahead and evolve to Cofagrigus and to Flareon, and then put the DC onto that Flareon. There's only 1 Pokemon in the discard pile, so we can Sycamore, discarding 2 more Pokemon. The math just isn't there right now. We cannot do enough, but we do have an Ultra Ball, 2 more Pokemon to discard. We have a Silver Bangle. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We could do 120 is the most we can do this turn, and then plus 30 from 6 feet under will be 20 short of a knockout there. That's pretty disappointing. That would have been so crazy if I would have gotten a turn 2 knockout on Yveltal EX. And actually, if that Ditto wasn't knocked out, we might have had a huge turn here, but looks like that's not the case. So here I have to decide, what do I want to do next. I think I'm just going to let Cofagrigus get knocked out by Evil Ball. We'll bench the Ditto and the Eevee and just kind of take it from there. Don't need to really overextend here. We'll just let it go. And the next turn we'll try to start attacking. Hopefully we can get a knockout next turn. So this is a very tricky turn. There's no point in really using Vengeance for, the 120 it would have been. And then getting one of your Flareon knocked out, it's not really worth it. So I am just going to pass. Very tempting to attack though, but I think we're going to be patient. We see a Dark Patch, and after a Bianca for 6 cards, so my opponent has just been running very smoothly so far. That's the 3rd Dark Patch we've seen. There's an Evil Ball, knocking out poor Cofagrigus. And let's see, we have 5 Pokemon in the discard pile now. That means Vengeance is doing 70, plus 30 from a Silver Bangle. So, I don't know. This is going to be tough. Alright, so I do have the Level Ball. There's a nice top deck right there. We can go ahead and probably Level Ball for a Jirachi. But I'm actually going to Level Ball for a Pokemon to discard first. So we'll go ahead and Level Ball for the Audino. Or Audino. I've heard it's pronounced Audino, but I'm not sure. Audino just sounds a lot smoother. I don't know. But we'll go ahead and Ultra Ball that away. Search for the Jirachi EX and Stellar Guidance for an N. And then go ahead and attach another DC to Flareon, put down a Silver Bangle, and then draw 6 at the end, putting my opponent at 4 cards as well. And we drew some pretty good stuff, actually. I have an Ultra Ball. We can get rid of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Pokemon in the discard pile. We can then Ultra Ball for a Yamask, transform Ditto into Yamask, evolve 6 feet under, then put 3 more Pokemon into the discard pile, also putting 3 damage counters on my opponent's Pokemon. So this can be a very big turn here. We'll go ahead and Ultra Ball for the Yamask, transform, evolve, 6 feet under, and now let's see. I gotta double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There'll be 10 Pokemon in the discard pile. That's 120, 150 after the Silver Bangle. So we can put 2 damage counters on the active and then 1 somewhere else. I don't want to waste any damage if I don't have to. And here we go. 6 feet under. Put 2 damage counters on the Yveltal EX. And then 1 on the Darkrai, since it's the only thing I really can't knock out. And just like that, a Vengeance for 150 damage. Keep in mind, this is the 3rd turn. And we just did Vengeance for 150. Now, we also are down. I mean, my opponent has taken 3 prizes, and it's the 3rd turn. So, I mean, that's just how it goes, though, with Cofagrigus. You don't mind giving up prizes. You're just going to make that big roaring comeback once Vengeance does enough damage every turn. So this is going to be close. My opponent plays an Ultra Ball for another Yveltal EX. Yveltal EX is extremely good against Flareon. Just being able to Evil Ball for 2 energy gets a knockout. And we see a Hypnotoxic Laser. And a DCE went onto the Yveltal. So we are probably... Well, actually my opponent's played a lot of Dark Patches. So we might not see a knockout here. And that would be pretty big. I don't know, we could just see a Junk Hunt. But that means I can tie the game with a Vengeance. And, well, it looks like that's what's going to happen. Alright, so let's go ahead and try to thin more cards out, try to get more Pokemon in the discard pile. I think I'm going to Level Ball for something like a Ditto, so I can discard it. And then Ultra Ball for the Audino, so we can get rid of the poison, and then go from there. So let's do that. Let's grab Ditto. And then Computer Search, just to make it mysterious. We don't have to show what card I got. For the Audino, Busybody, away the poison. Get another Pokemon in the discard pile as well. And remove 10 damage. And put down another Eevee. And I do have that Silver Mirror I could go ahead and put down. But I'm just going to hold off for now. And Vengeance for 140 damage. Taking down that Sableye. Now the cool thing at this point... Yes, I'm only doing 140 damage, but if my opponent wants to knock out Flareon, that's 2 more Pokemon in the discard pile. So now I'm doing 160 damage, and that's just going to add up. The more Flareon you knock out as the game progresses, the more damage Vengeance will do, and I'm going to be fine with this. So here we see another Hypnotoxic Laser, and the regular Yveltal comes in the active spot. So let's see what happens there. We see a Sableye getting grabbed with an Ultra Ball. And we see a Dark Patch as well. And that is Dark Patch number 4. So lots and lots of Darkness Energy has been used by my opponent. The Darkness Energy goes on to Absol. And a Muscle Band goes on Yveltal. That'll make Oblivion Wing a knockout here, which is a pretty big deal. And we do see the Oblivion Wing, 50, the Poison and Verbank will finish off Flareon, and then 1 energy will come back from the discard pile. And it looks like going right on to Absol. So I'll go ahead and promote Flareon here. And we have an Ultra Ball. Got some good stuff here. Now, I don't actually need to use Silver Bangle anymore, I don't think. I have so many Pokemon in the discard pile that it's actually not going to do anything anymore. So let's go ahead and attach that DCE to the bench Flareon. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 Pokemon in the discard pile. That's a 160 damage Vengeance. And I think here I am going to Ultra Ball away Jirachi and Silver Bangle, I suppose. I guess that works. Yeah, we don't need Silver Bangle anymore. I can do enough damage. And let's see, what do I want to even grab here? I can grab an Eevee. Sure, just something else to bench, I suppose. Yeah, it doesn't matter. We'll get another Eevee. Put it down, Silver Mirror, and then N. My opponent down to 2 cards. I could bench the Yamask here as well. And that doesn't really matter. But I'll Vengeance for 170, taking down the Yveltal. Look at how much damage we are doing. And that Vulpix is threatening game over next turn, as we see a random receiver go into a Bianca. So basically, if my opponent doesn't take 2 prizes this turn, I am going to Bright Look for one of those Pokemon EX on the bench, and we'll go ahead and take this game with a Vengeance for 2 prizes to finish it off. That 1-1 Ninetales line gets the job done sometimes. You just need that last EX knockout to win, and it looks like that might get the job done here. As we even have a Silver Mirror on the Flareon to block Absol's Mind Jack, so I'm not really worried much about this. My opponent would need a Tool Scrapper or something here. Sableye comes out, we see an Energy Switch. My opponent realizes, oop, I can't Mind Jack, and, well, I can't use an EX, otherwise Vengeance knocks me out. So he needs to Junk Hunt or sacrifice Bouffalant. Those are the 2 options there. And if we don't see an Enhanced Hammer, we're just going to Bright Look an EX for the win right here. So what's it going to be? Are we going to see the Enhanced Hammer? Hypnotoxic Laser could be annoying as well. I don't know. This is going to be close. And no, just a Junk Hunt, and that means we're going to go ahead with the Ninetales. Let's see how much damage we can actually do here. That's Team Plasma Ball for the Flareon, Level Ball for Yamask, and then Bright Look, bring out an Yveltal EX. Sycamore, and alright, there we go. Vengeance for 200 damage straight up to finish out this game. So Flareon, Cofagrigus, this deck is a ton of fun to play. And it's actually kind of good sometimes as well. It can be very fragile, of course, giving up prizes when you have to 6 feet under. Flareon isn't a very big Pokemon, only 100 HP. But when it goes off, when it gets to knock out EXs in one hit, it's actually a very cool deck. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will certainly have some more for you soon. I am Pooka from the Top Cut, and I'll see you guys next time.